Pay the man. It's often said, you buy something, you go to the auction, pay the man. Pay the man. What does it mean? Where did it come from? Well, I'm not Jordan Maxwell, so I'm not going to try to research it out and give you all the story behind it. That's not the purpose of this video. Now, one of my favorite sayings is something that I didn't follow, but it's paying yourself first. So what I want to tell you, I want to make some outlines. Number one, on this little car that I have here, it's a Subaru Outback. I got it for 11% interest because my good mother was kind enough to co-sign with me on a car. I actually co-signed for her or something. That's the way it works. So yeah, I co-signed for her. So because her interest, her credit is good, I got 11%. If it hadn't been for her, I wouldn't have been probably wouldn't have been able to get the car in the first place. And I would have paid, if I got the car, I would have paid in the 20s. So you don't want to pay that out. You don't want to pay that. You want to avoid paying that at all. Now, if you're one of the wealthiest people on the planet, then you can get your money for next to nothing, and you can use it all day. So these people who tell you not to use credit and pay everything off when you get money at a small rate, they are not serving your interest well. What they're essentially telling you to survive when you could thrive. So if you can borrow money at low rates of interest, then be very careful what you do it on, and be very, very careful to invest the money, if you will. Invest your money. Now, if you need a vehicle every day to get to work, if you need a vehicle because you like to drive to the beach, or you like to drive to the casino, or you want to see something where one of the ladies like the way you look in it, then by all means, get a very nice car. Get what you want. That is a display of who you are. That's very fundamental. A car is a very fundamental thing in your life. It's fundamental to both males and females for different ways, but it's a fundamental part of life. So you need to pay that as little as possible. But what's more fundamental is where you live. So that's the most important thing you can do, is to get yourself real property, which is a home. Even more is the land underneath it, to own the land. Because the home is another thing. It serves a utility, and it wears out. So technically, I don't look at it as real property. It's a tool. And since it's primary, you need to get that done, and you need to pay as little interest and as little as for that, and get the most bang for your buck. Those types of things are the most important. And on both of those scores, my mother and father did very well on those things. They own their home. They only pay taxes on it. They've owned it for a number of years. And my little brother did that. He paid his car off. He paid his house off a long time ago, and he never got another one. Now, I think he should have got something nice, but, it's none of my business. But he's smart. He paid the man. He made himself the man. So make yourself the man. Don't pay the man. Bye-bye.